Hello, I'm Dustin Meehan, Into Your Head's original professional voiceover guy, and frankly, the best. I've been on TV, you know. It kinda makes me wonder why I'm paid in cat food.
You join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's Into Your Head, number 585 for Wednesday. We've a lot to get on with today. Items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, topics. Oh, topics. We've got lots and lots of topics. We're positively booming to the seams with topics. We've got topics coming out of this small, rather plain mug. Small white mug here. I believe it's a Tesco value mug, or maybe an Argos own brand value range mug. I can't remember which. Does it really matter? Is it that important that you need to know where I get my basic range mugs from? Does it matter? No, it's just a plain. That's the whole idea of a generic mug, is that it's plain and white and you don't know where it may have come from, although it is rather obvious now. I look at it, it is a it is a value range mug, but what does it matter? What does it matter? Well, I've broken it in a few weeks anyway. I break these all the time. I break things over and over again. Well, I probably caused them to disintegrate from all the energy drinks. There's probably all sorts of chemicals breaking this mug down now as I speak. And then I'll put some black coffee in it later, and that'll damage it even more. You don't know what's in these energy drinks now. Oh, incidentally, Into Your Head's official energy drink is, what's it called? We have an official energy drink. Just go to the website, you can find it there. It's not one of these ones that wreck the mug, though. It doesn't have caffeine or any of that crap in it. It's called Brain Tonic. It's a bit early to be commercialising the show yet. We're only a minute and a half in. Give it a chance. We'll get to the commercials later. Suffice to say, hello and welcome to Wednesday's Into Your Head podcast. Hello over. So do I say over now? I'm not sure. They say podcasting stems from the days when people used to sit in front of their ham radios and say, hello, is there anyone out there hamming it up? Over. And someone else would come in and say, hello, this is Red Charlie 1 over. And you'd say, hello, over and out. And then the channel will go blank. And then you'd say, oh, I didn't mean over and out. Hold on, I'll check my phrase book. Esquilia on will cadagum dulgadi on letters. Parlez-vous anglais over. And they'll say, what the fucking hell are you talking about? And then, of course, they lose their license for swearing, because they have rules in these things. They don't just hand out ham licenses to anyone. Fortunately, the case is not the same for podcasting. And as a result, this is Into Your Head podcast. Hello.
You're listening to Into Your Head because you couldn't find anything better now, could you?
I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm still at the far end of my recent common cold. It's not gone yet. You can hear it in my voice if you're paying attention at all. Although, why would you be paying attention to the quality of my voice? That's your style over substance. That's what you are if you're doing that. Oh, pay attention to the words coming out of my mouth and the meaning thereof, and the perceived meaning thereof, and the intended meaning thereof. Stop obsessing over what I sound. I see this now on reviews and iTunes. They'll say that fella sounds like he's recording in a bucket. What if Socrates was sitting in a bucket looking at you, and he took the form of a rabid cat, but he still came out with some of the finest philosophy ever made in the history of human beings? Would you say, oh look, it's a rabid cat look-alike sitting in a tin can? You would not. You'd say Socrates is one of the finest philosophers known to man. Well, at least do me the same respect as you would give to Socrates if he looked like a rabid cat sitting in a tin can, because there's more to life. There's more to life than frigging. This isn't frigging what you call it. That's what it's not. It's not. This isn't This Week in Tech, where we sit around with 8 million gallons worth of what you call interns with their freaking electronic degrees and their basement full of servers and that thing they have with the Skyposaurus and the whole freaking rigmarole. We don't have a €3 million studio here. No. Although we have improved it vastly over recent months. But of course, most of you don't. You just sit there with your smarty pants and your frigging. Oh, look, he cleared his throat there on air. Who does he think he is? You can't be clearing your throat while talking to people, unless they're in a bar. If this was out in the real world rather than on a show and I cleared my throat, it would be considered perfectly acceptable as long as I covered my mouth with my hand while I was doing it. But if I do it through a microphone, that's considered bad. He'll go, why didn't he edit out his throat clearing? Or at least turn off the microphone and do it into a handkerchief and cover his eyes for modesty. No, I'm not ashamed of the fact that I have a common cold. I'll do my best not to have snot coming into you through the microphone at you, but that's as far as I'll go. There's such a thing as taking things too far, Listen to the quality of what I'm saying, not the sound of how I say it. There's more to life than the vessel in which the life is. There's the life itself. If you see, for example, do you really need another example? I think I've made my point. If you do need another example, imagine if you get a KFC bucket of chicken, and the bucket itself is nothing to look at. It's a useless disposable paper bucket with a picture of an old man on it, maybe some chickens or something, but they put loads of beautiful chicken into that. Well, that's a bad example, but if you got one of them and you emptied it and you made some delicious home-cooked chicken and put it in the KFC bucket, you wouldn't say, oh, that bucket is disgusting. You would not. You'd say that's some of the most delicious foul meat known to man. Of course, straight away, some language obsessive would say, oh, you said foul meat. Foul means disgusting. Absolutely. And they'll say, do you mean F-O-U-L or F-O-W-L? And then, of course, you'd punch them in the face, and you'd be perfectly entitled to do so. Punching, sometimes it's okay to want to punch someone in the face. You should try not to do it. But the fact that you feel like doing it does not make you a lesser man. Unless you're a woman, in which case it makes you, it doesn't make you any, well, it makes you less of a woman, but if you're a man already, why would you worry about that? No, that's not the point though. The point is not that you're getting bogged down in technicalities again. You're worrying about how I express myself and how it happened to sound like I might be being offensive or something. No, I'm making a serious philosophical point here. I'm Socrates sitting in the bucket looking like a rabid cat. It's okay, it's not real rabies. Like, even if I was a rabid cat, would that really matter? You're thousands of miles away listening to me in another time through an electronic recording. Does it really matter if I'm a rabid cat? For fuck's sake, what the hell is wrong with you? I say style over substance. You're not a doctor anyway. Who are you to be diagnosing rabies or diagnosing the possibility of the appearance of rabies? Give me a fucking break. Anyway, hello and welcome to the show. Two cats walk into a bar. One of the cats looks a bit rabid, and straight away the barman says, I'm not serving you. You look like you're rabid. I don't want to come into contact with you. And the cat said, oh, that's fine, because it's not my round anyway. I'm just going to sit down here, and my friend here is going to order in the round. And then if it's a problem, we'll leave after that, or he'll order all the rounds, and I'll make up for it next week, whatever. But I think you can tell from the way I'm talking now that I'm not a rabid cat. Have you ever heard a rabid cat talking like this? And the barman says, well, I have to admit, no, I haven't, but I don't have much experience with rabies. There's no rabies in Ireland, you know. We've managed to successfully keep it out. Then, of course, the cat says, I never said this story was set in Ireland. What makes you think it's set in Ireland? And he says, well, the fact that I'm in a bar here in Ireland rather led me to assume this. But now that you mention that, it's not as obvious as I thought it was. I probably should pay more attention to the, something other than the stuff that I'm paying attention to. Well, I'm only paying attention to the what you call it. What's that thing? I can never remember words when I want to. Does that mean I have rabies? Maybe it does now that you mention it. Christ, I'm getting paranoid now. Well, if I have rabies, I'm pretty sure I caught it off you within the last 2 minutes, or the last 1 minute and 33 seconds since this story began. Just now that you mention it, of course, just because this story takes 1 minute and 42 seconds as it has so far to tell, that doesn't mean that's the exact length of time that's passed during the incidents that's happened here. You could have been standing in front of me here for the last 3 hours, or you could have just arrived. The speed of the storytelling does not dictate how much time has passed. And the cat says, sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm just going to go and sit down, and my friend here is going to come up. He's going to come up to you and order a round. At least I hope he is. I don't have a plan C here. I don't even have a plan B. But you appear to have assumed that my plan A was for me to order. It wasn't. Our plan A was for my friend to order, as he's about to now, but from your point of view, that'll be a plan B. Does it really matter? We're getting bogged down in all this now. It's been 2 minutes and 37 seconds since I tried to walk past your bar. I wasn't even approaching it. I was just going over to that table over there. I'll hand you over now anyway to my friend. And then his friend comes up and says, hello, sorry about all that. He's a bit rabid. That's a joke. He's not really rabid. Relax. Take a fucking chill pill, barman. Anyway, give us a pack of peanuts and a pack of monkey nuts and 2 pints of your finest Carlsberg from the clean tap. Wink, wink. I've been told that if I wink at you, I'll get it from the clean tap. I know how it works here. You have the good tap and the bad tap, and the special customers get the good tap. But I've ruined that for you now, because I've made it clear that I know you've 2 taps, so you've no choice now but to serve me the beer from the right tap, even though you mightn't like me. In fact, you probably dislike me, the way I've approached you here. Well, tough shit, you're in the hospitality business and you have to treat me with a bit of respect, especially since this is going to be on an international podcast and we're pretty much the tourist board of Ireland here, effectively. We're representing the Irish hospitality industry abroad. Anyone listening to this now thinking of coming to Ireland, oh Christ. You'll think our narrator needs to go to bed. That's why you'll think. But you'll also think, I'm going to judge from this narrative whether I really want to visit Ireland and go to their pubs. So no pressure, but I look forward now to seeing how you're going to respond to my request. And the barman says, get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And anyone listening to this narrative, let it be known that any cat, be they a cat tourist or any other kind of cat or any human being for that matter, gets treated the same way here if they come in talking to me like that. Tourist or no tourist, you'll have a bit of manners in here, a bit of respect for me. I've been 50 years in this industry and I've never been spoken to in this way, either by a rabid cat or a rabid human being or anyone else. I might as well be Rabid if I'm going to be spoken to like this, or be a leper. Do we have lepers here? I don't know. You read about lepers in the Bible, and this is how they're treated. You get cats walking up to them saying basically, hello, I may or may not have rabies, but you're a leper, so give me a drink. Well, no, I'm not standing it for any more. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. So the cat leaves. And the other cat, the suspected rabid cat, is still sitting there in the lounge because he hasn't been watching the bar. He's been, looking down at his beer mat, waiting for his drink to turn up. So the barman goes over to him and says, "You get out too. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. We've had enough of you people in here, you people cats with your crap. Your crappity, crippity, 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 crippity crap. Enough. You're no Socrates in a bucket, I can tell you, or a tin, or wherever it was. You're just some gobshite. Get out." So both of the cats leave, and then they go somewhere else. I don't know where they go. That's where I leave it here. I may be a fictional narrator, but my powers don't extend outside of the current scene area, so I don't know where they go from there.
Hello, I'm Neal's newest cat, Bowsy II, and when I'm chewing earphone cables, I listen to Into Your Head until they stop working.
Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking it's probably time he came back to that energy drink sponsor thing now. And you're absolutely right about that. Except I'm not going to, because it's one of my least successful affiliate programs. I'm probably going to drop it soon. But if you still want to try Brain Tonic, go ahead. The link is up there at intoyourhead.com. Just go to intoyourhead.com/offers. Click on the Brain Tonic ad and order some Brain Tonic. It's a unique energy drink, and I get a cut of the action if anyone ever bothers to buy any. So go ahead. But no. If you want to avail of one of my more successful ventures, go click on the Amazon ad, or the pet food ads, or the prescription glasses ad, or the free Audible audiobook ad, or any of the rest of them. Intoyourhead.com/offers. It's all there. Especially if you're shopping on Amazon. Anytime you shop on Amazon, go through my links at intoyourhead.com/Amazon, and I get a generous commission, and it doesn't cost you any extra. So why wouldn't you do that? Unless you're a bitter son of a bitch cunt who wishes nothing but ill will for my show. In which case, it leads me to wonder why you're listening. Maybe you're in a hairdresser's shop somewhere and they play podcasts like this here, and you're being forced to listen. In which case, tough shit loser. Anyway, hello, and on with the show. What's happening to my voice? This is fucking ridiculous. I recorded Monday's show earlier and I sounded better than this, and now here I am recording Wednesdays and I sound worse. So it's sounding like I'm deteriorating. Well, in actual fact, I'm getting better day by day. So this isn't really helping with the timeline. I suppose there's nothing we can do about that. Suffice to say, on with the show. Monkey nuts, that's what they call them. They call them big steaming buckets of piles of monkey nuts, except they're not. That's not what they are at all. They're completely, they have absolutely nothing in common with what we today know as monkey nuts, but language evolves over time, and back in the age in which our story today is set, monkey nuts were a completely different thing. The thing that they called monkey nuts back then were a whole different kettle of fish. In fact, they were basically a kettle of fish was what they were. A kettle, of course, being not a kettle as we know it today, because electricity wasn't invented. In fact, what is a kettle other than an electric kettle for boiling water? Let's just look it up before I make an idiot of myself. Kettle, let's look it up. Kettle, Wikipedia. We'll find out what a kettle of fish is in real life. Electric kettles, stovetop kettles. That's not helpful. Let's look up kettle of fish. Kettle of fish. I know what a whole different kettle of fish means, but I want to know what a real kettle of fish is. What is the origin of that is a whole different kettle of fish? Here we go. It's originally British. There are two common idioms based around the phrase a kettle of fish, blah blah. Nobody is really sure where the expression... Well, that's no use. That's of no help. Nobody is really sure where the expression came from, but we do know that the phrase a kettle of fish was originally a literal term, so it was originally words. That's a great help. Blah blah blah, something something, something picnic. There was, it seems, a custom by which the gentry on the Scottish border would hold a picnic, although that term was not then known, by a river. Blah blah, something. This is boring. This is boring. I'm not reading crap from some wordy website. Anyway, where was it? Oh yes, kettle of fish. Back in the days in which our tale today is set, kettle of fish was what was in those days known as monkey nuts. They said, here's some monkey nuts. Well, I boil them up and make a sandwich out of them and have them with chips. Not what are chips, someone would say. I don't know, but I really think fish should be served with something fried and potato-y. How do you fry stuff? I don't know. Frying hasn't been invented yet, or has it? Well, it's not called frying yet. I'm sure they had fire back in the kettle of fish monkey nut days, but they probably didn't call it frying, did they? I don't know. Did they have potatoes? Probably. When were potatoes invented? There's a question. There's a question and a half for you. When were potatoes invented? Were they invented at all? Were they discovered? You can't invent stuff that just grows, or can you? When were potatoes... Let's look this up now. When were potatoes invented? Potatoes being a very important part of potato chip history. Invention of potato chips. No, that's a different. Who invented potatoes? When was the first blah blah? Yeah, who answers? Who blah 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 blah? Oh, potato chip. Who invented potato chips? Let's have a look at this. Even though that's not the question I was looking for, which explains why I said a question and a half. This will be the half here. When were potatoes... it's a quiz. That's no use to me. When were potatoes discovered? Let's try that. When were potatoes discovered? And who put them there, I suppose, will be the next stage. Well, let's take it one step at a time. Potato. Here we go. Wikipedia. Potato, Wikipedia. The potato is a starchy... I know what it is. Long-term stop, blah, 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 blah. Feck. No, this isn't really helping. Domestication. We'll have one little read of this paragraph and then we'll give up. Here we go. It was domesticated between 8000 BC and 5000 BC. I suppose that's as close as we're going to get to an answer. So the potato's been here for a while, but I'm still not sure when my story is set. I suppose somewhere more during that period. Let's say 6000 BC, and they had potatoes. So anyway, they said, let's serve our monkey nuts fried up with potato chips. I'll cut the potatoes into chips and fry them in a disgusting amount of oil that will put our lives in danger just by its very entrance into our bodies. This is a load of crap. This is a load of crap. This is piffle. People, I can't be putting this on the frigging. It's a monkey nut. If I've started this thing where I've said monkey nuts or some sort of kettle of fish, except it's not a kettle of fish as we know today, it's a real kettle of fish, and the kettle is a bucket, and they're talking about it being 5000 BC or something, and they're cooking up the fish with potato chips as if it's some sort of a thing. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Have they got the wheel yet? I don't know. Maybe they're using that to put the kettle into. They're using it as a stove. You probably could. You could use Oh, you could use a wheel as a ring into which you put fire and treat it like a barbecue, and put the kettle of fish on top of it, and I suppose put a bucket underneath that and put the oil in that with a lid on it, and put the bucket of fish on top, and it'll be like a steamer. You steam the fish there while the potatoes cook underneath in the oil. Does oil produce steam? I can't remember. It's supposed to go. Whatever works. What's the point in me telling people, non-existent people from 8,000 years ago, long gone, how to cook their dinner? That serves no purpose whatsoever. That's the whole last 6 minutes and 46 seconds of being a waste of all their time, and I apologise therefore. Not therefore. For the above. Is therefore a word? Yes, it is, but it means something else. Is there a word? Not THEREFORE, which is a different thing, but therefore. I apologise therefore, or that for. I apologise for the above anyway. And on with the show. I think we'll draw today's show to an end with some pre-written material, because that's the best I can do at the moment, it seems. Let's have a lecture I wrote some time ago called Telephony for Beginners. It's in this other window here. Oh, here it is. Telephony for Beginners by the me of the past. The modern age has brought with it many challenges for those of us with a fear of technology and gadgets. I myself have never used a computer or infernal telephonic equipment of any kind. The site on which I first published this lecture is produced entirely on my good old... this is a load of crap. We're not reading that. How to find a career. Here we go. Let's start at the beginning. At the beginning of time, Adam and Eve were ecstatically happy. They had a lovely garden, some apple trees, and a god who for some reason was proud of creating two losers who spent all day rambling around an orchard with no clothes on. What more could you want? Then one day Adam became jealous of all the other males in the garden who were going off every day to a 9 to 5. The ants, who spent all day building things, the birds who swooped in and out to collect food for their young, the wasps who spent their waking hours trying to have sexual intercourse with flowers for some reason. So Adam decided to seek the assistance of the local career advisory service. He found them very helpful and thorough. Their expert carried out all sorts of aptitude tests, analysed Adam's lifestyle, and looked stuff up in big books. Actually, that's not entirely true. He sat around for 2 days watching Superman, Superman 2 and Superman 3 and billed Adam as thinking time for it. After a couple of days, the expert called Adam and told him he should get a job as a gardener. Adam was delighted at finally having something to strive for, the nincompoop. It's all Adam's fault, you know. If he had kept his big mouth shut and not reminded God that he was doing nothing all day every day, we might have all gotten away with it. We could all be sitting in the garden right now enjoying the apples with not a care in the world. Damn idiot Adam. Anyway, after a few weeks of working as a gardener for slave wages, I've just scrolled down too far. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Surprise, surprise, Adam became unhappy. So quite rightly, Eve gave him a slap and told him to stop whining. 2,000 years later, I went for my first interview for the post of office junior at a Dublin shipping company. I spent the next 15 months licking envelopes and getting blood on them, filing stuff in a dark cell at the back of the office and buying cigarettes for the boss. But I'm not bitter. No, I'm here to offer you all the benefit of my wisdom. Here are a few priceless tips for picking a job that'll make you feel happy and fulfilled. Think about where your skills lie. If you're good with money, become a con artist. If you're the affectionate type, consider a career as a prostitute. The cheese industry is booming. Have you considered becoming a cheesemaker? If you don't like getting up in the morning, consider getting a night job. Alternatively, move to another time zone and it'll all be cool. Don't forget to make a fortune in your first job. To compensate... Oh no, that's right, I read that wrong. Apologies to me of the past, I've read your fine article incorrectly. Don't expect to make a fortune in your first job. To compensate, steal a proportion of the takings from the cash register to supplement your earnings. Your employer is a millionaire, nobody will notice. No matter what you do, you're destined to spend 8 hours of your day for the next 40 years wishing you were somewhere else. Don't expect too much from your career. Things like contentedness, fulfillment, and wages are for dreamers, not real people. But most importantly, have fun and don't be cynical. Employers notice people who are cynical and pluck them out and remove them to stop them from causing trouble. Don't get noticed. If you've enjoyed learning about careers, you might like to try how to play the banjo. I think I did how to play the banjo, or at least republished it on the website recently, intoyourhead.com. There's a blog there. There's all sorts of crap like this in it. Crap that I wrote many years ago, before podcasting was invented. I had to use words. Had to use my words. Like a child, I went into the internet and said, "Can I have a podcast yet?" And the internet said, "No, it's only 2003. Podcasting won't be invented until 2005, and you won't figure out how to do it until 2006. So no, for now, just use your words." And by that I mean use the written form of the words and write pointless articles for the next 3 years and draw pictures of cats. You'll be glad to have them later in your life when you rerun them on your podcasting website, because you'll have enough to do then without writing new stuff. I suppose to me of the past was right about that when he did that. Anyway, that's fantastic. That's the show done now. I can go off and continue to heal from my common cold, which apparently is getting worse today as I continue to dare to use my voice to try and be productive for once. Give me a fucking break. This is my first day that I've recorded in for a week, and here I am, my voice disintegrating as if I'm being abusing it in some way. It's not as if I've been throwing gallons of lit cigarettes down my throat. No, I've been kind to my throat. I've been taking paracetamol and lozenges. I've been treating it as best I can without any medical qualifications. But no, apparently and the sun is splitting the rocks outside as well. That's the worst thing. Here I am stuck in recording this crap when I could be out there trying to figure out how to work the frigging barbecue that won't stay lit because it's windy. Anyway, good morning.
If you would like to comment on any of the issues raised in today's program, email studio@intoyourhead.com.
That's studio@intoyourhead.com.
Remember, we value the opinions of you, the humble and ignorant listener.
Sit, Annie, sit. Good cat.